My name is Rachel Moser, and I am the 2023 Kentucky State Fellow. It's really just a huge honor. There are so many talented artists in Kentucky and in the South in general, so it's really just been such a boost of confidence for me. South Arts is a really respected organization, and I've had lots of people reaching out to me who I know and who I don't know, congratulating me, and it's just been, I'm just very humbled and honored to be here. I moved to Lexington in 2012, and I was lucky enough to move into a apartment complex that was run by two artists, and they sort of introduced me to the community, and I really felt like the artist community in Lexington really opened their arms and welcomed me in. So I feel very lucky about that. The work that I make prior to the work that I submitted for South Arts has been about Kentucky specifically, about mountaintop removal and fracking. So I'm not really trying to say it's good or bad, but I'm just trying to sort of shed light on the subject, which can be kind of complicated. So in that sense, people have been very open with the work that I make. Most of my work is based on place. So like I said, when I first started making work in Kentucky, it was about Kentucky specifically, but I had the opportunity of going to the Arctic Circle, which is the work that I submitted for South Arts called Where It Used to Be Blue. And so my work is field-based, so I'll spend time in a place and collecting objects or things that I find in a place. And then it takes me some time to sort of think through what it is that I'm going to do, but usually the work is a combination of manufactured materials and then found or discarded materials, and then materials that I make out of biomaterials. In the work that I make, I use a lot of experimental materials, and sometimes they don't work and sometimes they do work. So having these funds has made it so that I have some flexibility in exploring and experimenting with different materials. So I'll definitely be using it for that. And then also I'm hoping to buy a new camera. I'm a digital artist, so I've been using my iPhone, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm really looking forward to purchasing something a little nicer maybe. And then my ultimate goal, I used to work for a nonprofit, an artist-run gallery. I was a volunteer there that closed at the end of the pandemic, and I'm hoping eventually in the future to open another artist-run gallery in Lexington. I'm not a scientist, but I have worked with scientists before, especially in the Arctic Circle. I was really lucky to be on the ship with artists and scientists who were able to give me context of what it is that I'm looking at. I am very interested in using biofabrics and biomaterials. So for example, in Where It Used to Be Blue, I have bioplastics that I was using, which are manufactured and made out of natural materials. So I guess in that sense, I'm using biology. So I guess I'm sort of a bioartist in a way, in a sense. But anytime that I'm making work, I'm not really trying to say anything scientific necessarily. I'm just trying to show you what I've noticed, I guess. It's not really, I don't have the scientific background, but I do try to get information from scientists about what it is that I'm trying to show. I find my materials in lots of different ways. Sometimes it's just picking it up off the side of the road, honestly. And sometimes I have friends who are like, I'm gonna throw this away, do you want it? And I'm like, yes, I will take it. But for example, with Where It Used to Be Blue, one of my pieces is a garbage quilt. So all of the things inside of the quilt were objects, pieces of plastic that I found on the Arctic beaches. And I just collected them, not knowing what I was going to do with them necessarily, but collecting them and bringing them back to Kentucky, and then ultimately it became a piece. So my found material really comes from all over the place. I'm open to any way of getting material. Artists using man-made, manufactured, and natural materials, and I'm interested in combining those two. And I also make built environments, and so that's one thing that I'm really excited about South Arts, because I don't necessarily make work that you can purchase. I'm making experiences. So yeah, this opportunity has just been awesome.